On today's show, I'm joined by the wife.
Hello.
And we talk about many things from our childhood. Things of an accessory experience. Yeah.
Exciting.
Roll it!
The Something Else Podcast.
So, yes, it's a new episode. It's surprisingly in the same month as the last episode.
Oh my goodness me.
Yeah, I'm trying
You're on a roll.
I'm trying to keep on top of things here. What's happened since the last episode, which was, I think, December 3rd?
Oh, that's very precise.
Yes, I was definitely not looking at the last episode you was on.
No, definitely not.
And I think it was because it's been a year since we moved officially on the house.
Oh, it must have been around December time.
That's what,
December 3rd, right.
Yeah,
Okay.
so it was like a year on buying the house sort of thing.
Right, I see. Yeah, it's, what's that change? We've had Christmas, move on.
Yes,
Birthdays.
we've had Christmas.
Bit of
We
birthday.
cleared the top of the garden.
My God. My God.
So I don't know if we said this in the December 3rd one,
No, I don't think we did.
but when we moved into the house we're currently in, we had this massive decking area outside the... I'm going to burp, hang on. Oh, that was...
You are gross.
One was a throw burp, one was what the hell demon just came out of me burp. But also, before I finish this story, I need to say that my mic stand broke, so I'm kind of holding my second mic stand, which is actually a table mic stand.
Why are you not just holding the microphone?
Because they'll just hear all the movements. I mean, if it did that, I'd be very terrified there was a spider on me. So yeah, just in case you hear anything like this, as I vigorously shake my microphone. Hey! It's because I'm literally holding the microphone because my mic stand broke.
Boop.
So getting back to the story of the house. So we had this huge wooden decking area, hence decking. And it was shit. It was knackered, wasn't it?
Yeah, kids were falling through it and everything.
Yeah, we've got this massive tree also that they'd clearly built round it.
We need to get that removed from
Oh, I know, yeah. Wait until I get my axe.
Okay.
And long story short, the decking was knackered. We ripped up some of the panels and realised half of the... What's the bit that was screwed on?
The framework.
The framework, there we go. I'm clearly made for DIY. The framework, it was knackered. A lot of it was. So we just thought, you know what, rip it up. And then we realised the original one, the brick one, was still there.
So just a few quid there.
Yeah, I mean, there's still a little bit we have to put together because it's been knocked. But we tore all this decking up, the fence and everything. We threw it all at the back of the garden and it's just collected and collected. And we really want a shed because we need to put stuff in there. And we finally cleared it, didn't we?
Shed incoming.
I'm going to call it Sheddington. That's going to be his birth name. But yeah, so that's happened. What else has happened?
Finished Ted's room finally.
Yeah. I made the track decal stickers that will go around his room. I'm well chuffed with that.
Had we started Ted's room last time? I don't think we had, have we? The story of the
So I think the
door.
closest... I think the door might have been in it. Guys, if you're listening to this, correct me if I'm wrong, but did we talk about the mystery door in Ted's room? Scooby-Doo, watch out. But we had that.
Ben's been DIY plastering.
Yeah.
That did a fantastic job.
Yeah, if we did talk about this, then we're sorry for repeating. But I'm just gonna say I'm a master plasterer.
Because we started it over Christmas, so we must have done it after.
So just to recap, if we've already done this, if not, welcome to a new story. We found Ted's bedroom is opposite the bathroom, and Sam was ripping off the old wallpaper, and she found like a rectangular shape on his wall, and she was like, "What in the heck is this?" I'm thinking, "Fucking Narnia, watch out." Turns out, no. What we think happens, he used to have a walk-in wardrobe, basically, but then they took that out to make a walk-in shower, which was terrible when we moved in.
Live wires and everything. It's fine.
Yeah, and no plumbing.
No plumbing.
You had to fill up and chuck it out the window. But yeah, so that's what that was, and they very badly filled it in, didn't they?
Yeah.
Like the door frame was still there. So Big Dave, he helped us. Sam's stepdad, he helped us like fill it all in properly, put the plasterboard over it, and then we had to plaster it. And I was like, "Fuck, it can't be that fucking hard." YouTube some videos, 5-minute videos. I watched a minute of it. I was like, "I don't know what I'm doing."
We can plaster, it's fine. I can't plaster, it's not
Got
fun.
this big bastard of a bucket, my car bucket that I clean my car with, that I broke. And we put this big scoopy thing in there. Looks like a giant whisk. Didn't have the actual device put in, so we pull it in a drill anyway. Fucking... And like, not insulting the blind, but they could do a better job than what Sam did.
With me, it must have been on the floor.
Granted,
I was trying to do the whole.
granted, you was doing the very bottom of it, like by the floor, and she did a really good job on the floor, but like. She was trying.
I think
I've knocked my headphones. What have I done?
Oh dear.
There we go.
I think I've plastered the floor more than the wall.
Like I think what you was doing, you was pulling it on but not spreading it enough. So then you put more on, and it looked like fucking Elephant Man at the bottom of it. I was like, shit, maybe it is really hard because like Sam's just got a natural knack at doing a lot of stuff. Like painting, I couldn't care.
Yeah.
Like, but Sam nailed it. So I was like, fuck it, I can do this. Got the square thing with the dongle handle. What was it?
The floats.
See, why would you call it a float? It's clearly a dongle handle.
Dongle handle.
So we got the dongle handle. Slap some of the gooey on it. What was the metal thing?
I'm just going to say float. I can't.
I'm going to say shaver. The thing you actually plaster it with, like a paddle or whatever it is. Mate, I did a grand job.
You did a fantastic job.
Like, you would... I mean, don't look at the bottom, but if you were to look at 3/4 of the door, you'd be like, Ben did that.
Sam did that.
Yeah, Ben did that. Definitely because I didn't put my name in it. Ben was here. But yeah, so that we did that. Painted his room, put a new bed up. I put a blind up the other day. Sam cut them so it fits the window. That weren't too bad.
It doesn't fit the window though.
I mean, it does.
One of them is all bent and we have to do
one
it
of
again.
them's flush.
Everyone is fine apart from the one right at the top.
Oh, it's crazy. So that happened.
Yeah.
Anything else happened? I mean, I'm really good at putting shells up now.
We've been on holiday.
Oh, we went on holiday, Bobs. We went
weekend
to
away.
Burnham-on-Sea. Oh, story of my 2024 right now. Like, the weather was pretty bad, so we spent a lot of time indoors.
Yeah.
And we went to the arcade, the last one on the Burnham Pier. And I had £1 coin left. I was like, fuck it, let's put it in. And it wasn't a Penny Falls game. It was where you have tokens instead.
Yeah.
And it was kind of like pointless, really. You drop a token, you get stars with like 50 written on it or 10.
Yeah.
And you knock it off and you get that many tickets. But then midway through, it'll stop and you get like this wheel and you have to hit the button. And then it'll stop and it's like, oh, you win this many tickets. It was like an extra game. Can I just say I fucking got the maximum? I was there, standing there. Because this is, excuse me, still a paper ticket game, right? Right, whereas if you go to like a centre box, it's all cards, right? It's easy, fucking easy. So I'm standing there, completely unaware. I was like, oh, I fucking hit it now. And I hit the jackpot. I got 1,000 tickets. I stood there. It got to be for 2 minutes.
It wasn't 2 minutes. It was about 10 minutes.
I stood there for about 10 minutes, right?
Easily 10 minutes.
Collecting 1,000 tickets. And we had just shy of 1,500. And we went to the counter and we got, 7 things? Oh, wow.
I think I left halfway through because I just gave up with
me. But then it was only till we got back to the car to drive home that she had clearly about another 50 tickets.
In the boot.
Which we could have won an actually good prize.
Well, yeah.
Ted's delighted he's got a fucking light up caterpillar tail thing, and
I think they're all gone. I don't know where they're all gone.
You know, you're there and you're like,
I don't know where all these toys have vanished to, actually. Oh, knocking everything.
I know, yeah.
I'm breaking it all.
Yeah, it's just one of them ones where, hang on, I'm going to cough. Yeah, I'm good now. Frog in the... I don't get the frog in the throat. Anyway, so yeah, we went on a holiday.
That's about it, really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just looking around, really.
Just life, children, work, everything.
Yeah. Brought a new watch.
Wow.
We used to have a G-Shock watch and...
It broke.
Yeah, the dial that did everything, controlled it, died. So I brought myself another Casio watch, but it's not G-Shock. It's purely Casio, and it's 200 meters like water resistant.
Are you going to go swimming that deep?
No, but what I do like is if you look at it just the right way, it says zoom.
Oh.
So when I look at my watch, I'm like, I can't tell the time because I move my. Anyway, because this one's not going to have a video, I just move my arm really fast to my face. I got really bad burps today.
Yeah, you've got proper wind going on.
I know, yeah. At least it's not from my arse.
Oh, that you can hear on this.
All you hear is. See, I've got headphones on so I can monitor. I mean, I'm looking at... Oh, and we're recording this slightly differently. Because normally...
Amazing.
Since starting this podcast, which has been 3 years ago...
Oh, my God.
Right. granted, it has been inconsistent because I went through a phase of mental health and fuck you, Dad. He made me go through this. I can say that now because I know he won't hit me. But
you think?
Yeah. It's when I go back to Mom's and the box. Whoosh, his ashes are in a box, by the way. I'll just put a paperweight on it next time.
Can't get me.
Yeah. But it was when I first started doing this podcast, I had this. Sam's just going to be like, huh? I had a Focusrite interface, which is a brand, but I just had the one microphone. Mm-hmm. Then I brought this god awful thing off Amazon. So it was an audio interface. It was a mixer essentially. So you had technically 4 inputs, but they all came out stereo, which means I had once in an editing stage, you couldn't really edit each microphone. Mm-hmm. So the amount of hassle on there pre-recording, and like Sam's very quiet to me.
I'm so quiet.
But because you've got a high-pitched voice, it pierces, where mine, I just resonate a lot. Mm-hmm. So it's a bit of annoyance because it's like, how am I supposed to get the right fucking balance? So then you got me the interface I use for when I'm doing guitar and vocals, which is like my first one, 2 separate inputs, which is great. Mm-hmm. Just means I have to have my laptop. Mm-hmm. So I was like, oh man, come on. But then I realised I can connect that to my tablet, but I haven't quite figured out how to do 2 separate inputs yet. And then I went through a phase of using like little dictaphones with lavalier mics, sorry.
I can't even say that.
Mics.
Can't even say that word.
Clip on my lavalier. Sorry, have you got in lavalier?
I can't even say that word.
Lavalier.
Lavalier.
Lovely. Just say lovely. You got any
Lovely.
lavalier mics?
Lovely.
And I experimented that with when we do the Unsigned Mayhem with Bruce and Phil, I can still do it. And now the kids are like, what the fuck was that?
You're probably still awake.
Probably. Oh, and so I had that, and then I was like, fucking hell. Then I was trying different ways of doing it, and I was just getting a bit pissed off with it. And we had a really big... my band did Metal to the Masses. We didn't win, but we have a theory about it, but I can't talk about it.
Fixed.
Yeah.
I can talk about it.
I can't even agree. I'm nodding. But, one of the bands that went through, Mustard. The other one, it got through. And so I brought this particular device, which is a Zoom H6. Now, I'm not endorsing them, but what I'm saying is go and buy one. Because you've got 4 separate inputs, which suits me, because now I can not only get me and Sam on the microphones, but I can get the whole of the Unsigned Mayhem. And what I do like is you've got some modules on the top. So at the minute, I've got 4 separate inputs, and then I can do like a stereo input, which is awesome. But then, if you change the module at the top, you can have an additional 2.
It's like he's trying to talk to me.
This is generally us, like, so often you're like, is that 3 over 4? Is that what it is? Trying to explain.
We should
Sam.
do a podcast about that.
Teaching my wife theory of music. So this is 4/4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes,
this
that
is
makes
3,
sense.
4.
No.
1, 2, 3. 1,
No.
2, 3. Can you see how?
Where's the 4 coming from?
Because the 4s is the note. If I was doing like 8, it'd be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4.
No.
But it's still 4.
No.
4 over 8. Oh, anyway. But we get sidetracked. So
That's a different podcast. It ends it up with me like
I can't remember what the hell I was talking about then. Either way, we're recording this differently, so that's new.
Yeah.
That's about it, really. As of things that are happening and new.
It's just life, isn't it? It was.
Yeah, just plodding along, really. Plodding. Oh, hang on.
A big, I don't know, a plug for yourself.
Yeah.
It's Timu, and it's you've got your first sponsor thing.
So I mean, it's
or whatever it's called.
See, I don't like. See, I'm doing this thing because I've got a YouTube channel, Planet Ben. It's a very small channel.
Go follow.
It's literally just reviewing tech mainly, and music related things like guitars, bass, pedals, that sort of thing. Oh, so bad. And I've been trying to make. Obviously, I want it to grow. You know, ultimate aim is to be able to have sponsors on there. And there's the burp again. So what I've been trying to do is like, I really want an actual brand to approach me and say, look, we want to appear on your channel. I'd love that. But then I found that Temu have an affiliate link. Man, we both got burps. What the fuck? What was in that spud last? I can't even speak. What was in the spud we just ate?
What was I going to say? Fucking wind.
So yeah, that's new. So literally all it is you get the affiliate program, which means you get a link, and whenever someone uses your link, they might get a percentage off or get a free prize, but it gives me affiliate cash, which means I can then spend it through Temu.
Right.
But then I also found the influencer program, which somehow I passed with my 250 subs. And all you do is they'll give you like an allowance per whatever. I think it's like every month. And if you qualify for the level, I've just reached level 2 because I've only just started, you get, say, like 24 quid or whatever, and you can spend it up to that amount to get free products, and then obviously promote the product. You're not allowed to speak badly, but I'm never going to lie.
No.
So if I do find something like, for instance, a pedal board for guitars and bass, whatever, the one part of it was, I think it was just moulded bad, so it wobbled a really teeny bit. So I highlighted it, but the majority of my thing was great. And all you do then, you post a video to them, they say yay or nay.
Yeah.
And I got yay, so I can't complain. So that's new. Because
Yeah,
I do want, I'm trying to do this whole, because at the minute I'm on a really big positive kick, and I.
Yeah, which is good.
Because I mean, I've done this whole mental health episode before, but I've been battling with mental health since Dad died, really.
Yeah.
So it's been going 3 years now.
Yeah.
Every now and then I can't. I mean, I've gone 2 days without taking my tablets.
Yeah. It's just a work in progress, isn't
Well,
it? It takes
exactly.
time.
So it's like it's one of them ones when I see like smaller YouTube channels and stuff, and I'm like, if you're young, i.e., not 30. No, genuinely,
We're
like
not young.
if you say between 15 and 25,
Yeah.
for me that is the proper time to start something like this.
Yeah.
If you want to stream, if you want to game, if you want to be a YouTuber or whatever, you can do it now. Obviously,
Yeah,
you
do it
watch
now.
loads of like mom channels.
Yeah.
I watch loads of review channels, and they are probably mid-20s to fucking 50 odd.
Yeah.
But you know, that they can put the time into it, and generally it starts off as a hobby, which mine really is. But then it's difficult when you're trying to buy the time, because obviously it's not just me and you, it's Ted and Evie.
Yeah.
So it's like you don't want to miss the time of them.
No.
So it's like, I mean, because I was saying this to you before, like at the minute I use a mixture of the dining room and the garage to do my videos.
Yeah.
So when I'm doing podcasts, it's not too bad. I don't have to worry about lighting generally. But when I'm trying to do an actual video, I want to make it look professional, blah, blah, blah. And it is difficult. So I always say to people, like, start it early.
Yeah, of course.
Like, if you want to review stuff, get in it now.
Yeah.
Because you can do it when you're older. Like, I am doing it. But it just takes a little bit more time.
Yeah, it's one of those, isn't it? Like, a lot of it is time, and, you know, you have to split your time between your kids and, you know, if you want to do the podcast, you want to do your videos or whatever else, you know, you just have to make it work, don't you?
Oh, God, yeah. I think I've said this loads of times. Like, in my head, I've got, like, the perfect setup for it all.
Yeah.
I just realised I don't have pop shields on these. Damn. Lots of plosive words. We've got these mufflers on it, so it should do a decent job. But it's like I said, I want, like, the best of both worlds. And it is difficult because a lot of the time I have to tear up stuff, tear it down, and it's a nightmare.
Hence why the shed's coming.
Well, we've been waffling for almost 20 minutes.
I forgot to the
And we
point
haven't
yet.
even actually got to the fucking episode. So,
This is going to be a long episode.
watch this bit be like 5 minutes.
Yes.
So, really, I wanted to do this one because I haven't had an actual mobile phone upgrade in ages. I think the last phone I got was when I became room senior at my old job. And I brought my...
Oh my God.
Yeah, 2019. I got a brand new phone, the Huawei P Smart.
I was going to say, was it the Huawei?
Yeah, my blue one.
Oh,
And I remember getting it, I was like, sweet. That was the last new phone I got. Everything else has just been technically hand-me-downs. I had my dad's old phone, I had your old phone.
Yeah.
And it's only because they don't interest me anymore. Now I'm starting to do a lot more of this YouTube-y stuff. I'm like, oh, actually,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? Phones are pretty good. You can do pro shots, like video-wise, and you can hook up microphones. Oh, that's not bad. That's why I'm considering... Like, Sam's old phone, which I'm using, has got a shocking battery now. Because it's old, it's knackered, and I need to get a new battery, and they're not that expensive. But it got me thinking about back in the day.
We're going to show our age.
Yeah, back in the 90s, right? I used to have a Game Boy, which I've still got now, and it still works. But I remember my mate, my cousin, my man, Samuel Ellis, right? 7 years difference between us.
Yep.
So I think this is about 2000, 2001. He'd been about 4. Now, granted, I had the Game Boy, right? It never left my side, and my nan would always buy him the stuff. And I was like, you do know I'm older than him. I know what these things are. You know. But it was epic. But I remember she'd always go to this one charity shop. Now, I'm repping Bearwood for this. There was a charity shop in Bearwood, right?
Whoop, whoop.
Good old fucking shithole. This is why I love the 90s and early 2000s, because she got him, and I've always wanted it, a Game Boy, right?
Yeah.
She got him the Game Boy carry case, right?
Nice.
In the same colours as the Game Boy, so it was just grey with purple handles, right? The loudest clip on it you'd ever heard. It's like, if anyone can ever cast their minds back from our generation who had the NEC, was it V616?
This
It was
phone?
yeah. And you open it, it was like, like Robert, if you listen to this, you'll know what I'm talking about. But it was honestly, it was a horrible noise. And he had like, it wasn't even like foam in there, it was just moulded plastic.
Nice.
And he had a part where you could put your put your Game Boy. And I think it had like 3 compartments to put, pardon me, your games. And there was a part to put mains lead, like an official Game Boy mains lead, which was in there.
Don't get that anymore, do you?
Oh God, no. You don't even get chargers, really,
That's
do
what
you?
I mean, you don't get anything.
But not only did he have that, he had the clip-on joystick. We're talking about games, right? Which went side to side. Why the shit do you need a joystick? He also,
he
also had the magnifier.
Oh my God.
And this one had speakers.
Oh.
And it was loud.
This is like pimping it out.
Yeah, the Game Boy was heavy and big anyway, and they put all this stuff on. You had to drag it across the floor. But it just made me think about all these things I had. So I've wrote it down. Don't have the Pokedex notebook because I wrote this at work because I was doing my job.
He's got a rainbow on his notes.
Hey, this is from my forest school book, which is pink and floral.
Oh, look at you.
Yeah.
Eve would like that bit of paper.
She could piss off. But it got me thinking about stuff like that. And I remember going to one of my favourite places as a kid, not so much as an adult now, but Poundland, when everything was a pound.
Poundland.
And I remember when my Game Boy Advance, right, came out, I got the England football team kit thing, like official England merchandise, but it was
a
pound. And in this pound, right, for this £1, you got like a clip-on fascia for your Game Boy Advance. You got a very thick foamed carry case.
Yep.
And one game cartridge case.
Oh.
All with the England colours, like the strip and the lines.
God.
For £1, right? Then I got the rumble pad, which he clipped in. It was also it was the rumble pad, right? It was a battery with rumble, so like it vibrated,
right,
and speakers.
Right.
Clipped onto the back. It was terrible because it fell off. So you had to like, for £1.
Right.
And this is what made me just think, shitting hell, this is amazing. You'd plug it into your sound and you could higher up the sensitivity of the rumble or the volume, but you could like turn it off or anything. Gosh. It was intense. Then I got like battery packs and stuff. Then I had the lights, even for the Game Boy Color. And it just made me think, there is nothing like that now.
Yeah, no, there is stuff like that. However, it's all online and it's all like Fortnite. You have every accessory you could ever want. But you have to pay for at least 20 quid for each of it.
Well, that's the thing now. Accessories are digital.
Yeah, you can't buy physical accessories anymore, can you?
Well, the reason is, and I'm pretty sure this is the reason, it's because back then, if you think of the Game Boy Color, Game Boy Advance, there was no light, screens were small. Yeah. So they made things for the time. It's not until like the SP came out where you could have a backlight on it, or a front light, sorry. Unless you got the model 0, what was it, 101 or something like that, when you got the backlight. Jesus, if I could get a Game Boy, I want that one. But
I'll look out for it.
I was saying that I've got that freaking console over there, I know. But anyway, that's a different thing. And I was thinking about all the things I used to have accessory-wise. So I wrote a list. I've just mentioned about the Game Boys. I used to have a really cool Pokemon like carry case clipped onto your bloody waistband. It was terrible. But then even something like the PSP.
Yep.
Now, I do believe the PSP is the last like official. But when I say official, I mean like by like Sony or something.
Yeah.
But I believe the PSP is the last console to have an accessory. Because when I had it,
agree.
when I had the it's from Poundland. It was bright pink, but I had like the grip case for it.
Mm-hmm.
Then I had you put 4 AAA batteries in it, but it was a power pack.
Right.
What else was there? There's like a clip-on camera and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And for me, and I got an external speaker for it.
While you're talking, I'm just going to Google Nintendo Switch accessories and see what we can find.
Yeah. So far, I found obviously analog stick covers, but generally it's just like different Joy-Cons. There's nothing what I would class an accessory. Sorry, I'm going to burp again.
You're very burpy today. So accessories. The first one that's just popped up for the Nintendo Switch, because that's a very popular,
the
modern,
most
up-to-date thing at the moment. So the first thing that's come up is the Switch Sports accessories. So it's for the game. It's not for the console, if that makes sense.
Oh, so it's a physical thing, but it's for the game.
You can buy little golf sticks.
But the thing is, they serve no purpose, do they?
No.
It's literally like the Wii.
Yeah.
You get like a clip-on thing that looks like a tennis racket. But back in our day, the accessories did something.
Yeah, but it light up with the speakers or something. All of these are like, it's for a physical. I do like that. That's quite cool. It's the little Mario box, and you put all your games in it.
See, that's cool because it's got a purpose. Like when you can get them novelty game holders.
Yeah.
Like, have you seen the ones where the docking station's also the holder? I think they're brilliant.
Yeah. Like the rest of it is all literally.
You'd think with the advent of bloody 3D printers.
Yeah, something would
galore. But I do think that the PSP is the last thing to really have it. I mean, even something down to like when the PlayStation 1, the small one, when the small one got screen, when the small one got the screen.
Yeah.
But they weren't the first ones to do it. Fucking Nintendo GameCube.
Oh.
My mate had the screen, and it had a battery pack.
Oh,
we got to play. I'm not shitting you now. Where I used to live, right?
Mm-hmm.
They used to. Me and my mates called it the tunnel. It was basically just like
a tunnel.
It was a walkway. It wasn't even that big.
It's an entryway into the flats,
it was an
wasn't
entryway into like some flats by our house. And there used to be a woman called Bird Lady. Maybe I'll do an episode on the Bird Lady. Get Robert involved. But anyway, there was this one part where the bins were kept.
Mm-hmm.
So we used to sit on top.
Yeah.
We sat there. So I'm fixing my shirt because this is how important it is. We sat there on the top, 4 of us, with this tiny little screen playing Need for Speed Underground 2.
Oh my gosh, that game.
Yeah. We didn't even have a memory card.
You're like gangsters back then, weren't you?
Dude, we were rebels.
Were
sitting on top of bins.
Anyone walking past would be like, oh gosh, you better not mess with those kids.
Yeah,
playing their GameCube on the bin.
People walk past us like, fucking mental. They probably lifted it. But it was awesome. The frigging GameCube had a handle. It had a handle. My mate had the accessory that clipped underneath to play your Game Boy games. I'm like, hang about. Am I playing a Game Boy game with a GameCube controller? Robert, hold my back. I'm about to fall. Honestly, it blew my mind.
Oh, dear.
And it's like, I don't know. It's just stuff like that. Like, I mean, this isn't necessarily an accessory, but again, it's pardon me. It fitted the time. I've still got it. My scanner toy.
Oh my God, scanners?
And that scanners, the one I've got, they were before that.
Oh.
And my cousin's got one, and I really want to do a review on it, sort of thing. But if you don't know what scanners are, it was a handheld device where you literally scanned barcodes, and you got monsters or items like potions or weapons, and you battled against each other. How did you do that? You clipped the fucking things together.
Yep.
You are literally centimetres away from your very sweaty friend in an intense battle. But if one of you broke the connection, holy shit, you reset your device because it broke. Tamagotchis.
Yeah.
Tamagotchi? I don't know. Cyber pets.
Yeah.
They were awesome, but why do we need that when we've got phones? And I think it's because it's an invention of the time, a product of the time.
Yeah.
That's why we don't have it anymore.
Yeah, I mean, back in, like, I don't know, when we were like Ted's age or something, Tamagotchi was like the mobile phone of today, wasn't it?
Oh, God, yeah.
Because it was like, that was a screen. It was like, oh my God, this is a digital thing where even if it was probably a bit, I don't know when Tamagotchis come out.
Like mid-90s.
Yeah, I was going to say.
I was still in primary school when I had mine.
Yeah, I mean, like your VTech laptops and stuff, was like.
But they're all still going, but it's like.
But like, I was going to say, the kids nowadays, like Ted, knows how to use my phone.
Yeah.
And everything that they want is on my phone, like Thomas games or
Well, that's the best
else.
part of it, though, isn't it? Like now, because everything is so easily accessible.
Yeah.
Like, why should I carry a camera around when my phone can do it?
Yeah.
Why should I carry, I don't know, a Cyberpet down when I can go on the Play Store?
Yeah.
And I think it's, obviously, back in them days, it was a product of his time.
Yeah.
You know, it's revolutionary. But I just don't think anything has that same, like, whoa. We're going to go old school now. We're going to go past consoles because I really want to get to the balls of this.
Go on then.
Nokia 3210.
Mm-hmm.
That was a phone and a half.
It was.
Basically, any Nokia phone from, 96 to about 2008, right? People listening to this, you won't believe it. Even though most of the listeners are probably our age, you could take the fucking cases off and put new ones on.
Oh my God, I had a Panasonic. My first phone was a Panasonic, and it had a clear back case, right? It was clear. You could put whatever you wanted inside. I used to draw what I wanted on there. I was like, oh my God, this is amazing.
So I had, if I remember correctly, just Google this quickly for me, the Nokia 3350. It's a square top with a round bottom, and even the keys were in like a semicircle. You got it? Oh, no.
No. It's got to be something else.
3650? Oh, it's testing my brain now. Didn't have that piece of shit phone.
That one.
Oh my God, look at it.
It looks like a spaceship.
Like, the phone was
That was like a modern phone.
It had a camera on the back. It had infrared on the top. That's how me and Robert used to send each other WAV files.
WAV files?
You didn't even have MP3. But it was like, I remember once I had to do a firmware update just so I could record with sound. You know how big the memory card it could take? 60 megabytes. But it was like that phone. There's a picture of me at my mom's house. You've seen it many times as you've gone upstairs. Front and centre. Big picture of me and my sisters.
Yeah.
What's hanging around my neck.
Oh, look at you. Oh, you're so proud of it.
Phones back in the day, right, would have a little, moulded part where you could hang your lanyard or your charms.
Oh, I had a charm on my phone.
Do you remember back in the it's Grand Central now, Palisades?
Yeah.
And you used to have, the 99p shop. You'd have, the rolled up pictures like Bruce Lee. The amount of random charms I brought. Just knowing if it swings around and hits the phone, my phone's invincible. Now, if I sneeze on my phone, it breaks. And this is what I'm saying. I wrote it here, mobile phone, light up cases, keypads. You could get light up keypads.
You could get a bit.
Honestly.
Nowadays, the accessories for a phone is a case, and I used to buy really snazzy
protective cases, by the way.
Yeah, I used to buy really snazzy ones that had pop it. What's they called? Is it pop it? The ones with this pops off.
I don't know. I know what
socket, pop sockets, and the flip ones where you can put your cards inside. Now I've got literally the
the most basic.
The most basic case in the world. That will do.
Mine looks way tougher than it actually is, but I like it because it's got that little ring instead of the pop thing.
Yeah.
But I'm going to go old school.
Mm-hmm.
Our generation used to carry their phones in a leather pouch on their hip.
Oh, I remember them.
If you're walking around you got a conjoint twin. Oh, hang on. Bouncing across the road because the vibrations shook you. When you had to manually enter your bloody your ringtone.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But gonna even cast your mind now. You wanted a new ringtone now, you just record a song or something. Not even record, just set it as an MP3. Back in the day, we used to have to go on the back of magazines and newspapers. We used to have to go on something called Jamster.
Oh.
And you were like, get this ringtone for 99p. But it doesn't tell you. You've subscribed for £5. And you're like, my credit! Because we used to top up our phones 1 to 1.
We had to credit. Oh my God.
Your remaining balance is £0 and 0 pence. Thanks.
I used to catch the bus into college from Great Barton to Sutton. I used to catch one bus into one place and then catch another one into Sutton. And when I got off the first bus, I used to go in the shop and top my phone up so I could use it during the day. I
remember when I joined, because I've been on quite a few networks, but it's when I went on to O2. I used to have an O2 top-up card.
Yeah.
And I'd go in, I'd be like, £10, please, mate.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't have to like do anything on my phone. It'd be like, book, done. I'll get a notification saying, your remaining balance. I'm like, shut up, Hillary.
Remember T-Mobile?
Dude, 1-to-1 T-Mobile.
I was on T-Mobile.
Does Orange still go?
Don't know.
Remember Orange Wednesdays?
Orange Wednesday, go for
Jesus Christ.
Go to the cinema.
I remember once, right?
I think I must have been on Orange at some point.
I remember when I had... Oh, hang on. Google this for me.
Oh.
I think I'm going to have it wrong. Nokia 3260i.
Nokia 3260i.
The I's important. I. Let me see it. Oh, that phone.
See, I had all the
oh my God.
Sony Ericssons.
So that phone, right? My dad was like, oh, look at this. You can get a torch app. I'm like, what?
Torch
So
app.
I'm not being funny, Dad, but don't a torch need a light? So we downloaded it, and you know what it was? It maxed out the screen display as white. So like you burnt your phone out. But it was so bright. Honestly, it was brilliant.
I had that phone. The Sony Ericssons.
That's the W880i. Best one ever. Sony Ericsson W810i. It was the model below that, but it was banging.
W810i.
10i. I used to have the flip phone one where it was like a flip down bit on the keypad. Oh God, I'm having orgasms here.
I had some that boys. Oh, I had that one, the silver one.
Yeah. Me and that was one of Robert's favourites. But like,
I want to go back to those times.
I remember the Engage was a terrible phone, but
saying that, I don't like tapping, so I don't know how I got on with him.
Mate, I could write an entire message, right, without a QWERTY keyboard, without looking, even on that stupid half circle keypad. But that's the thing. Like I miss like there was character in things. When now like. What the fuck's this phone? S10 or something?
There's so many times. If you took your case off and I took my case off, I would pick your phone up more times than I would put my own up because they look so similar.
Well, yeah.
I know they're both. What are they?
Samsung.
That's one. I was going to call them Sony. So
but it's like even with Apple, like what made them stand out so much was the fact you could have different colours and they were a completely new shape. But like, there's no. I mean, saying that, I was looking at getting an upgrade, and this is what really spurred me on. I can get the Samsung Z Flip.
Yep.
And I was like, that's nae a bad phone. May have to get one.
Oh.
Don't know, I'm going Scottish.
You're going, I don't know.
Let's tone it down a bit. Let's go back to Brummie. There we go. But it's...
Going a flip phone.
Well, yeah, hang
on.
Oh, because I've even wrote here smartwatches for some reason. It's like... What did I write there?
Can you read your writing?
Suppose it's a hipster thing.
You're a hipster.
So it's honestly, I'm contemplating getting. I've got no hair. I wear glasses and I've got a beard.
Hipster.
I'm a hipster and I don't like it. I don't like things other people like. Oh, I'm a hipster. The only difference is I drink real damn tea. I don't drink coffee. If it did, it would just be coffee. Not, can I have this? Every time I hear someone pronounce like a sentence of like coffee that isn't coffee, I'm like, did you stump your toe? Do you need a tampon for that bleeding there, sir? Honestly, fucking... I mean, fair game, go and order your shit drink, but just leave me alone. I can't handle it. But I think the thing is, like, I like being individual. Yeah. I like being me.
Yeah.
And for ages, I've been trying to wear a smartwatch because I like the idea of it. But then I realised this is the old version of me now, kicking in. I'm like, Ben, you don't like people talking to you. The only notification you need is text message and ringtone. And I'm like, yeah, I do. So the watch becomes irrelevant. I do not care how many steps I've walked. I do not care about how much I sleep. I don't care if I need a drink. I just want to look at the time. Maybe know the date. Every now and then I do use the timer feature.
No, I've nicked it now, so you don't do that either.
I know, yeah. I mean... One thing I will give to most smartwatches now, even the branded ones especially, but the one that Sam's now nicked off me, pardon me, I like the fact that you could change the screen on it so you could have a picture. So generally I would have the Meeseeks face from Rick and Morty because I thought it was hilarious, but then I realised I couldn't change anything on it, so I couldn't add things. And I think a lot of the YouTube channels I watch now, like because I'm massively into my woodwork at the minute, they've all got fucking smartwatches. I'm like, I don't like it now.
Oh.
It's like my main watch at the minute is the one I'm wearing, which is a Laurus watch you got me. If I'm not mistaken, Laurus is like the sister company of Seiko.
I just bought it because it looked nice.
It's a sister brand of it's like going from Fender to Squier for any guitar people out there. And I love a real watch. I've got Dad's watch. It's a fully mechanical watch, but it's not weatherproof. It's not dustproof. Don't really want to get it to break, sort of thing. Yeah. This one's pretty good, but obviously, if I was to go swimming, it would break.
Yeah, you can.
Because it's only 50 meters deep? Yeah. So I was like, I just want one where I'm not afraid to get broken at like work. So I bought a £30 bloody Casio watch, and it's just like I miss being me. Mm-hmm. Not me, but I miss the freedom of being individual. Like now, unless you have stretchers in your ears, have half your head shaved and the rest of it blue, you wear clothes that don't fit or animal clothes and identifies things that don't make sense.
Yeah. Everyone's
normal. As in everyone is the same.
Yeah.
You know, the whole fucking equilibrium, is it? Mm-hmm. It's all gone to shit.
Yeah, it's a weird time, isn't it? Like,
and I'm not saying it's a bad thing what people are doing, but I just miss the days where it's like, I know it's not the shiny thing in the room, but I just miss that's a me thing.
Yeah, it's like when I go pick Ted up from school and stuff. The big school's being kicked out at the same time, and they all walk past. Every boy looks exactly the same. Every girl looks exactly the same, and it's like there's no individuality, and I wouldn't want to be in that era anymore.
I think because of the area we live in as well.
Yeah.
You know, it doesn't help. But you know what? I can't stand now. There's a YouTuber. I'm going to say his name wrong. I don't want to say his name because he's a cunt. But I'll describe him. He's a YouTuber that hides behind his bodyguards. He's a white fellow. And a young, but he walks around trying not to do this like big intimidation thing. And as soon as someone steps up to him, suddenly security's by him. He's like, what are you doing, bro? And he's like, yeah, you can't do nothing. And the other guy's like, just fight me then. And he backs off, but he's starting to get fucking owned. But they've all got this, I'm going to call it the Beaker haircut. Yeah. Now, from our generation and beyond, right? The Muppets, right? The Muppets. You know Beaker? Me. It's that haircut, fucking short back, and what the fuck is that on top? You know, they sneeze and the hair doesn't stop moving for a minute. Like, I don't get it.
I don't get it.
It's like, they've got nothing on the sides. It's faded up till the crown, right? And then it's all at the front.
It's all curly, and you're like,
yeah, it's like the perm, the fringe.
It's what they've had. They've had perms and stuff.
I'm looking at. I'm like, you look stupid.
When I last went to the hairdressers, there was a bloke in there getting a perm.
Like, I'm not being funny, but I just don't get why everyone wants. I mean, when I was growing up, granted, I didn't really do anything with my hair. It was either long or short. Now I've got no choice.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because I'm bald. But I'll happily be bald because looking at people's hair now, men's especially, I'm just like... Yep. And then you look at some of the other characters, you're like, I don't even know what the fuck I'm looking at now.
Yeah.
And then all the girls seem to just... To be fair, they're slightly different looking because they either look stupid or really stupid.
Yeah. It's just weird.
I just
don't get it. I get you all want to fit in and stuff like that, but there's fitting in and then there's just being the same, and you're like, just be a bit different, be yourself.
You know what it falls down to, innit? Influencers and social media.
God,
like,
yeah.
We've done this before where we talk about like how you have to look a certain way. Like how many times with the stuff you read or whatnot. I mean, probably not so much now, but how many times have you read something? It's like how to get the summer body, or how to do this, or what you need to do to live a better life.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you're looking at it, you're like, that's unrealistic.
Yeah, nowadays, just it's all what the kids think, and it's like, well, it's not. It's like, I hate the day when Ted or Evie turn around and say, oh, I want this, I don't know, a bit of makeup. Not, well, if Ted wants to wear makeup, he wants to wear makeup, but, you know, Evie turns around and goes, I need this makeup brand. And I go, why that brand? Well, because everybody else is wearing it. People at work, I think it's either a niece or a relative in the family, is 9 years old, and she's had, I can't remember the brand, I'm going to say something like Funky Elephant brand. It's very expensive makeup, and she's had it. She's 9 years old. And I'm like, why? Why is a 9-year-old? One, if she's having makeup, have the cheapest one going. And two, why?
But I think that's the difference. So like back when we were kids, like probably even up till I was about 16, to be fair, nothing like that bothered me. Granted, we didn't have we did have YouTube, but we didn't have like the extent of social media as well it is now.
Yeah.
And there's no real such thing as an influencer, apart from people on TV and in magazines.
Well, YouTube was cats and people waiting for
Oh, fucking miss keyboard cat. But I think because of how technology's moved on and how much the world's moved on, and what really don't happen now, I know OnlyFans is generally to show you bits and pieces.
Yeah.
But it wasn't made for that. Mm-hmm. It was kind of like Patreon.
Yeah.
It was a way just for your fans to get a bit more. If they paid a subscription, they could get a bit more.
Yeah.
But then some dirty bastard thought, if I show my flaps, fucking watch out, lads. And then the women did it. So it's like, I think what's really difficult now is trying to show the children, especially now, because everyone, like, you can't see what I'm doing, but I'm on my phone. Everyone's looking at the phone.
Yeah.
And I think the problem is now, it's easy to make a living like that.
Oh god, yeah.
Like there's a load. I don't really use TikTok. I used to upload to TikTok. To do like guitar things. I was like, fucking hate TikTok, so I deleted everything. I was like, shit, I ain't got them videos anymore. So I went back on it. I started doing some stuff. Pardon me. And
we should rename this podcast the Burpee Podcast.
Honestly, like, if I'm not,
we did burps.
I've got so many burps stuck. It's like, me next, please. And I just think now it's you get people live streaming just sleeping.
It's just weird.
And someone's like, "Oh, donate to them." Like, they're not gonna fucking read it. So, thanks for the. You know what I mean? It's like fair game. Like I was saying this to you before, like with the whole YouTube thing. Some of my dreams for it, I mean, obviously, the biggest dream would be to live from reviewing and doing music, that sort of thing. That would be a dream, right? It's not impossible, but you know. So I was like, I think when you see certain negative influencers, like the one I refuse to call, because it's honestly. It's just a douchebag. Yeah. That's how much he means to me. I use American terms.
Oh,
but
must be bad.
I think it just shows it's like, well, if he can do it, I can do it. And next thing you got dumb children walking around pretending they're bad mans and all this.
Yeah.
And it's, I guess, peer pressure a lot of the time and a moral compass. Like, I really hope Ted and Evie grow up with a sound moral compass, because I did.
Yeah,
I mean, when we was growing up, I was very influenced by Jackass. So I was like the king of stunts in my school. Yeah. You know, there's nothing generally I wouldn't do, but I also had I need my boundaries.
Yeah,
but I think now it's because of how big social media is. Like my mum always says, "Oh, watch TV," and I'm like, "Don't watch TV." I was like, "If we do, it's what the kids want to watch."
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing really we watch on actual TV unless the rugby's on or the football's on.
We watch rugby. The only thing I really watch is the Bake Off. That's about it. Burpee Podcast.
But yeah, I just think nowadays, moving back to the thing because we've digressed again. I think it's just what I did love back then. It was whatever you had, you could make it your own. So I'm going to throw another one in.
Go on then.
Crocs.
Crocs.
Crocs. I call them gems.
They've got
they're called giblets or something. I'm like, that's what you take out of a turkey.
Is it actually giblets? They've got a name, haven't they?
I'm sure it's something like that, gibbies or something.
Crocs. I can't spell accessories. Are called I can't say it. Gibbets.
It's just gem sounds better. Got some croc gibbets.
Sounds like
I'll have that one.
Sounds like it comes out the back of a turkey.
Gene, look at that gibbet there. Oh yeah, it's tasty. It's from Cars. Oh. You know, I just don't. And to me, that's another thing that's like, oh, that's an accessory.
Yeah.
It's like, to be fair, I've gone big on the whole t-shirt thing. Like, I was making my own t-shirts. And I was like, that's pretty cool. But then I just find, with the way society is, being different. Now, I'm going to say something controversial.
Dun, dun, dun.
I inhaled way too long there, went lightheaded. Being individual now, with generally the way I would associate individuality to look, you fit in with a group that's generally getting a lot of heat.
Yeah.
Stop oil. Yeah. So I got really bad babs. Here's a fun fact. a doctor that my dad swore by, right?
Mm-hmm.
If I read the news right, she's potentially going to be like not work anymore because she was caught in a stop oil protest.
What's that got to do with doctoring? Is she not allowed to protest?
I don't know the ins and outs, but all I know is she was caught in it, and I was like, my respect for her went from mediocre to I don't really care anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I understand what you're doing, but at the same time, you can't just stop oil.
No, no. Everything's made out of
I'm
oil.
not being funny, but the UK is one of the leaders in this.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Why attack us? Go and attack like Pakistan.
Yeah.
That aren't doing anything. Not saying they don't. I don't know. I'm just kind of pulling out a name where there's loads of bad labour and all that. But it's like, go to the countries that fucking don't do that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And
It's
also
ridiculous.
stop congesting the fucking traffic where, the pollution goes in one way. Even the ozone's going, nah, fucking stop here.
They're just stupid. Like,
I get the cause, but don't affect the working man.
Yeah.
That's all the working them. Arseholes. But I just find individuality now is gone. Saying that, apart from guitar, just thinking about it, like that guitar over there, I don't know if I'm pointing at it, but that guitar over there is my Yamaha.
It is.
And my baby, I've called it Shimode. It used to be called Nutmeg.
So I'm sure it's been changed a few
It was
times.
Nutmeg, but I renamed it Shimode, which means till death because it's my baby. And
if you can hear like rustling and stuff, the hamsters are right behind me.
yeah, it's slowly waking up, the lazy git. But I've put some sticker inlays on it, so it looks like I've got flowers on it. But I used to have skull potentiometer knobs on it. I used to have. You can really do a lot with a guitar. Like Steve Vai's a fucking excellent class of that.
You can accessorize it.
Yeah, you can. You can get cool straps on there. I was trying to get Bruce to get the furry one. It's really funny because that looks sexy. You unzip it and you say sexy. You're like, oh my god. But it's honestly. But you know what I mean. It's like stuff like that. It's almost like that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Even down to like pedals and stuff that that there's so many awesome ones. But I just find now there's no individuality. There's nothing there to make you think that's me.
Yeah.
No,
I agree.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Whoopsie.
Where is it?
He's in his house looking at us.
So what are you doing? Why am I not involved?
He's probably going, why you keep burping, mate?
Right, matey.
But yeah, it's just a funny old. I just miss. I mean, I don't even think I've spoken about much of this.
What's on your list?
Oh, dude, you know what I do miss?
What?
Back when I was in secondary school, needle pens.
What's a needle pen?
It's a pen that looks like a needle.
I had one of them.
Yeah, and he had red in. He's like, oh, fuck, taking me blood.
I got mine from the think tank because I thought we went on a school trip and I thought I was cool. So
I pinched mine off someone.
It's probably mine.
Probably. And then pencil cases. That really hurt. Slap my leg.
Do they have pencil cases at school anymore?
I'm not in school.
I'm just thinking because
I used to tell you one. I used to have a Bart Simpson one, right?
I had loads.
And on the zip was a little like fob, and it was Bart Simpson on a snowboard. And as you unzipped it, you could pretend he was going across the snow.
Oh, that's cool.
But the reason I slapped my leg in such excitement, do you remember the pencil cases that look like cans of pop?
Yeah.
The Fanta, the Pepsi, and then you ruin it by colouring it in.
I saw one of them in, I think it was The Works or something.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh look at that.
The Tango ones.
I was just thinking because a lot of it's done on tablets and laptops now. I'm like, every year my mum would be like, come on, we gotta go shopping for pens and pencils. Gonna spend a fortune on something you're gonna lose in 5 weeks' time.
But then, like places like The Works, even their things don't seem good anymore. Like the pencils, it's got a diamond on the top.
Yeah.
What happened to the ones with like the Rock'em Sock'em robots on it?
Like when you go to like gift shops and stuff, you used to have like the cheap, crappy stuff with it, all the pens and the notebooks and the bouncy balls. It's all gone.
I remember when I first went to. It was when I first went to secondary school, and it was when WWF became WWE.
Oh.
Right, so I had all this old merchandise, right? My pencil case was brilliant. It was just black and it had WWF Attitude on it. But then it had a calculator that looked like metal and it had WWF right on the top. And I was like, I just saw that off. And I had what was it? Like pencils and everything. But what I was going to say was, is it Wriggle, the stationery shop for children? I know it's in Bullring.
Smiggle.
Smiggle. I knew it had something Iggle in it. But who was it that brought me the hot dog pencils?
What do you mean? Either your
Either way,
nieces
someone
or...
brought me pencils that smell like hot dogs. It was disgusting, and my hands stunk after. But then they brought me the unicorn ones, and it smelled like cake.
Oh.
It was awesome. But then I was thinking about this as well, going back to like toys. I keep seeing it on TV where like you can get these walkie-talkies for children. I was like, that's amazing. Or you can get the ones where it's got like a display on it, and it looks like a Tamagotchi display. I was like, no kid's gonna want to fucking use that.
I'll just use my mum's phone.
Yeah, it's like you can get this printer, not like it's like a Polaroid. I know Fujifilm do the Instapics. I really want one, but I've got one for kids and it prints black and white.
Why?
What the hell?
Why would you? What? That's a silly.
I just saying that I remember going back to my WWF days, and again, things like this was amazing. I had a digital camera, right, and it was you could take about 10 photos on it, but you connected it to your computer via parallel port.
Parallel port? I don't even know what that is.
Oh. It was like before USB.
It's like the round ones.
No, it looks like a trapezium with many dots in it because they were parallel.
No, I'm not a computer person.
It was probably like...
I had my first laptop when I was like 14.
The first laptop I used...
15.
The first laptop I used, it had a modular base so you could connect a floppy drive to it.
Oh...
And the mouse was fucking... Oh, dude. Changing how the mouse looked, but going on to the mouse thing. Do you remember when the mouse used to have balls in it?
Yeah, you have
and you used to have to hard boil an egg.
Hard boiling it? Yeah.
And to use the yolk, the middle of it as the ball.
I didn't do that, but yeah.
Oh, you did? It's fucking awesome.
That would be gross.
Well, you hard boil it don't break.
Oh.
Just pull it back in, it stinks a bit. Especially if you're going really fast. It's like... roasted chicken.
No, because you had to like take it out and clean it because it wouldn't work. And you're like, for God's sake, come on.
Do you see another thing? What was cool when the USB stick came out? Now I remember when that came out because my teacher, my head teacher, was like, "We're going to sell these." It's like £10. I was like, "Oh shit, this is amazing," or something like that.
Yeah,
it was like 25 quid. I can't remember, but he showed us a USB stick. He was like, "This has 128 megabytes on.
Oh.
It's the equivalent," and he held up 128 1 megabyte floppy disks. I was like, no way does that have the same. And we got it, was like, my God, this is amazing. Dude, another thing that was amazing, MP3 players.
I love mine. It was amazing.
I remember when I got my first 512 megabyte one. 3 albums on it.
Oh.
And like, you could change the colours of the display. So, oh, it's blue now. Oh, no, it's green. Oh, no, it's fucking red.
I had a...
I'm dancing.
Mine wasn't a branded one.
Mine wasn't.
I can't remember what it was, but it looked like a little phone, to be fair.
Yeah.
And then I really wanted the iPod. Was it a Nano?
Yeah.
With a screen. And but my dad bought me the little one. He said, "I sound really ungrateful."
The Shuffle.
The Shuffle.
I love my Shuffle.
I sound really ungrateful, but he bought me the Shuffle. I was so disappointed. And I was like, oh.
The Nano was stupid because you could video but not take photos.
Yeah.
How dumb was that? And the camera was at the bottom, wasn't it? Or something stupid like that.
It was on top.
Oh,
I'm sure it was.
On
mine, it was
just backwards. But I just remember that, like, even now, like, I mean, iPod's on, I think, was the iPhone.
Yeah.
But it's like things like that, just, even headphones are boring to look at.
I've got there's an iPod looking around.
You got the iPod Touch.
Yeah, which the kids are like, oh my God. And I was like, oh, I can use that instead of my phone. It doesn't take any new apps at all.
Yeah, because it's not old, but it's old.
Yeah.
And I think that's the problem. Like,
I only bought it like probably 5-6 years ago.
But the problem is, though, now, is with how quick, and I was saying this to Big Dave, that no matter with how quick technology moves, it's for instance, I've got this overdrive track, which is kind of like Scalextrics, but you control it through your phone and everything. But they've discontinued the support on it by the looks of it. So now I can't create a new account or anything. I can only drive as a guest, and you control the cars via your phone. Mm-hmm. And I think what's happening now is there'll never be full support.
No.
You know, even if you use the Wayback Machine online, you can get old drivers and stuff, but that's about it, because once the servers are down, you're screwed.
Yeah.
And I think it's just, I don't know, man. I miss the days when you could be like, yeah, that's a me thing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, yes, I'm wearing I don't know, my white Converse with luminous green laces. You know what I mean? It's just stuff like that, and you think no one. Maybe it's just a fashion thing. Like that's gone.
Yeah, I think it's one of those, isn't it? Like fashion always comes back around, and like maybe in 10, 15 years time it will come back around.
Well, the 2000s fashion's definitely coming back. Like people are wearing fucking bootlegs again.
I know. Yeah, I keep seeing like jeans and stuff that I used to wear when like started going out with you and stuff like that. And 15 years ago, and I was like, oh, they were the most amazing jeans, and I was like, I could not pull them off now. I just couldn't.
I mean, I've never really had a fashion trend. I've always wore what I want when I want. So I mean, to be fair, it's never really changed. But I was just thinking about another accessory, which is pointless, right? Because most headphones now are Bluetooth. Yeah. And especially in-ears. I don't like in-ears. They feel weird. But like I brought some Goodman ones, which I reviewed. They're gaming headphones. And the case is fucking beautiful because it lights up. It's amazing. It looks like something from like Halo. It's lovely. But people with these AirPods and Galaxy headphones, I'm like, they're already in a goddamn case, right? Yeah. People buy a case for the case.
A case for the case.
Yeah. Oh, look, it's a frog. Yeah, but it's in a case.
But it's a frog.
Yeah. And I'm like, does it serve a purpose? It just looks pretty now.
No,
maybe it's just the generation I'm from.
Yeah, it's just weird, isn't it? Like back in the day, you put a case on. You'd buy a case for whatever you had, didn't you? So I suppose it's sort of bringing it back a little bit.
But back in them days, like if you go back to Nokia, the cases protected your phone.
Yeah, these are just.
What the fuck is a silicone thing going over your earpod holder gonna do?
Turn it into a frog.
Honestly, it's like now it's stuck in my pocket because it's fucking sticky.
Oh.
You know, when you pull it out, it just looks like a sweet that's been left in like a car seat for a while. It's all hairy.
Oh.
I don't know. The world is just a weird place.
Very, very strange.
But we will end it because we've been rambling for just over an hour.
Did we meet your points on your list? Or do we have to do a part 2 in a few days? You could have 3 podcasts in a month.
I mean, I think to summarise it really, I've just put everyone does it or has them. Everyone does the same thing.
Yeah.
You know, it's like this generation won't know the agonising pain they had to hold up a digital camera to do a selfie, then to upload it to your computer,
To see if you got
then
it
to upload it to MySpace.
MySpace, you know?
Yep. And Bebo. But like no one has that. Like now, like I said, it's all through the phone. And a lot of the stuff I've spoke about today is all product of its time.
Yeah.
Like if this came back, it would be pointless.
Yeah.
Like I really do miss that phone that I showed you.
Yeah.
But it would be pointless in this day and age because it's all touchscreen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It works with it.
And I think...
So, Blackberries, they were the absolute rage. Like, what?
But coming
10
along
years
with
ago?
apps and stuff, WhatsApp really killed them.
I was going to say,
because BlackBerry Messenger was the thing.
Yeah. No, it's not. No, it doesn't exist anymore.
No,
does it?
I mean Blackberries are still around. Like
No.
they're still usable. Like they're not dead.
Yeah.
But they just couldn't compete. Like when what do you call them? Like when Nokia brought out the communicator.
Yeah.
It was just too damn big of a phone.
Yeah.
Then slide phones became a thing, and then slide phones with QWERTY keypads. It was like, holy shit, this is amazing. Then touch phones happened.
Yeah.
It's just everything's a product of their time.
Yeah, of course.
You know what I mean? Which is an obvious statement. But it's like, I don't know, nothing to me lately just stands out.
No, it's all very samey, isn't it?
I mean, I'll throw guitars in there. Guitars are all the same. Like, you could look at...
Yes, they are.
But you know what I mean? You could. The difference is you get different colours.
Yeah.
Get different trim on it, or, you know, hardware, chromeware, whatever you want to call it. But then, like, one of the guys I love, Hooker Customs, he does something very different. He burns the shit out of them because that's his thing. And it's like, that's different. They've reinvented the wheel nowadays. And it's like, what else can we do? It's like electric cars. I like the idea of them, but they look crap.
Yeah. They all look the same.
Obviously, we have grills at the front to let air go in. They don't need them, so what did they do? Put a fucking gum shield on it. I'm driving down, I look at the back of the car, I'm like, whoa. Turn the front, I'm like,
I'm friendly.
I'm saving the planet.
Look at me.
And the reverse one.
Sounds like my car.
Your car just goes,
nowhere near.
Your screams.
To be fair, your car beeps when it's like 10 feet away from something.
It's warning me. It's like, Ben, just want to let you know, there's a wall there.
But it's like on your last, like, oh my God, we're going to crash, and you're like still 10 metres away.
I also have a display. It tells me.
You do? I have a display on mine, just not the front.
Yeah, it just comes up going, it's just the word. But like, there's loads of parents where I work now, and they pull up on drives, and this one guy that drives like a clapped out estate, but it's beautiful. He's like a proper dirty purse sort of thing. And then you got all these electric cars, and literally it's like they pull on and you can't hear it. Then when they reverse, it's like, what is that? It's like the sand people are in there.
I don't like the fact you can't hear them, because like as many times that I've turned around in a car park, I'm like, oh God, there's a car there. You know, Jesus. And I'm not being funny, but Ted at the moment has not got good listening ears at all. He's going to run in over and not hear the car. He's
completely oblivious. He's like, oh. He's like, Mum, I fell over. No, you've been hit by a car, you dick. Either you'll stand there and punch the car, like, what are you doing? Shall I butt it?
Well, you know, I do think they should have a noise to them.
I mean, they're not completely silent, but they are considerably quiet.
Yeah. You're listening out for an engine, aren't you?
But then, I guess it falls back to stop, look, and listen.
Yeah,
Looking is the most crucial part.
Yeah.
But I don't know. But again, even cars all look the same. That's why I still love my Honda Civic. I don't know what generation it is, the rounded one, the 8th one, I want to say.
I don't know.
The one where it was proper round.
Yeah.
Like, that looked dirty, man. That was lovely. So I'm using old lingo. That looked dirty.
Ooh.
Oh, what was it? One friend used to say, that's muckery. No, that's mercury, that is. Because what was it? Muckery. Oh, that's muckery, that is. But he never heard them, so he said, that's mercury, that is. It's like, mate, the element of the planet. He's like, huh? I'm like, okay, you're not going to get very far.
Did he?
I never heard of him after that. But I just think there's nothing there.
Nah, all the same.
I don't know. It makes me sad that everything has to be the same and everyone's easily led. We're all sheep, aren't we?
Nah. Well, hopefully one day it will change, but for now it won't.
Well, to end it on such a low note, I'm going to go and cry now.
Oh, I'll give you a cuddle.
I'll make you a cup of tea. I'll have a tea.
I'll make you a cup of tea.
Well, yeah. So this is probably the second longest podcast I've ever done. The first one was with Phil.
Yeah, he can talk a lot.
Yeah, he talked so much my camera ran out of power. My other camera ran out of memory card. I was like, Phil, we've been told to go home.
How long's this one?
This one's 1 hour, 7 minutes and 53 seconds. But yeah, we're going to end it there.
Bye.
Yeah. Until next time, we'll see you soon. Bye.